What's up, guys? Coffee done. I just woke up from a nap. I've been super tired today. Today's my day off from one of my jobs, which means it's a grind day. If you guys don't know, I'm working 2 jobs, and that means when I'm off of those 2 jobs, I have to grind content. I feel like I've always got something going on. I don't know. I literally always have something to do, but I feel like it's for the better too. On those days that I don't have stuff to do, like 100% that I need to get done, then it's just kind of like, dang, I don't feel productive. I think my happiness legitimately comes from accomplishing things and being productive. As so, probably with a lot of other people as well. So quit avoiding the stuff you have to do. It'll make you happier. But anyway, welcome back to the podcast. This is episode, I think, 9. I believe episode 9. Not 100% sure on that, but what did I do today so far? Let's see. Woke up, went to the gym, went to work, planned out my week of content, vlogged a little bit. It's been a pretty good day so far. So now I'm cranking out this vlog, and then after this, I'm gonna practice my sales. Stitches, stop! Hey, he's freaking chewing on my shoestrings. Anyway, I'm gonna finish filming this podcast, and then I'm gonna do some of my sales course, and then, I don't know, probably go to the store after that and get some food, because I was expecting a box of food to come today, like a box of meat that I was gonna cook something out of that. I don't know what I was gonna cook, maybe like steak or something, or like ground beef. I don't have any food because I've been waiting for that, but I don't have the box. It didn't come, so I have to go to the store and get some food. I just cranked out a little nap because I was like super drowsy. I don't know why I was so drowsy. I've had like, I don't know, too much coffee today. I've had like 4 coffees today, but I was still tired. So I don't know if I was just on a caffeine crash, but I needed a nap, so I took one. You know what I should probably get at the store? I should probably get something to make in my Ninja Creamy. I've not been using that as much as I should. I've used it like probably like 5 times or so. I don't know, something like that. I could definitely be getting more use out of that. I just don't know what's like good to make, you know? I guess there's recipes online, but I'm not patient like that, okay? I don't wanna have to blend something up that I wanna have and then freeze it and then wait a couple hours and then eat it. Like, I'm just trying to eat it now. I meal prep all my food, so I can literally just take it out of the fridge when I want it, heat it up, and it's good to go. Well, I guess I could meal prep like a bunch of Ninja Creamy stuff. I don't know. I should probably figure that out. But apparently putting like Jello powder in it is like elite, which kind of sounds weird, but everybody says it's good, so I might have to try that. I also got a haircut today. Hopefully it looks good. Might be a little messed up because the nap I just took, but for this podcast, I think I'm gonna do it like short and sweet. I don't know. I'm gonna do the topic of I've lived alone for a year. This is what I've learned, which I've lived here for more than a year, actually. I'm coming up on 2 years here in August. Right now it's February 13th. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I low-key feel so out of it. I'm just like so exhausted. Like my voice, I don't know, like I feel like you can tell in my voice a little bit. I'm like out of energy, but we're still cranking out content, so no excuses. I'm like cramping in my legs and stuff too. I've not had enough nutrients today. I usually am pretty good about that, but I just didn't have any meal prepped food because I'm waiting for this box of food to come, but it never came. I also didn't get to sleep a whole lot last night, so maybe that's a factor too. But anyway, I'm coming up on 2 years of living here in August of this year. Right now it's February. So I thought I would just go over some lessons of what I've learned since living alone. If you're new to the channel, I moved out of my parents' house. I grew up in Illinois. I moved out of my parents' house August of 2023, straight out of high school at 18 years old. Moved all the way across the country. I live in California now by myself. Had to make new relationships. I didn't know anybody here. Like literally I didn't know anybody, which I'll get into later in a later topic of this video. But I would say the number one thing so far that I already knew coming in, but it like really got put into perspective when I like got into the situation of living alone and not knowing anybody is nobody's coming to save you. What I mean by that, I'm not trying to be cringy or anything, but like nobody's coming to save you. It's your obligation to get what you want in life. It's your obligation to create success for yourself, and nobody's just gonna give you handouts. So you gotta work hard at whatever it is. You know, you can pursue your passions and work hard at a skill. Literally create a life for yourself out of anything you want. There's a business around everything. Like literally look around everywhere. Alex Ramosi said this. He's like, there's literally a business everywhere you're looking. Your carpet. There's a business who manufactures the carpet. There's a business who puts the carpet actually on the ground. There's a business, I don't know, just there's a whole business to everything. Like in your walls, there's a whole business that makes the drywall. There's a whole business that paints the walls. There's a whole business that constructs the walls. I know those are like boring businesses and everything you see online is like, oh, I created this like poppin' clothing brand, or I created a marketing agency, which those are all good, but just think about this for a second. Like this actually blew my mind one time whenever I started to think about this. Picture how much much business the world needs around construction of like walls. Like, okay, this literally sounds so dumb to say, but there's infinite houses. Like, there's so many houses in the world that need new walls. So just using that example, like you found a business where there's demand. Now all you have to do is master marketing, master outreach, and obviously create an amazing product that people want. I think about that stuff all the time, like the boring businesses that nobody talks about. Another business, ATMs. Like one of my friends is getting into ATMs a little bit. You know how when you take money out of an ATM, there's a fee? That's somebody's profit. They're literally making money off you taking your money out of a machine. It's just crazy to think about stuff like that. So not that the first example was like about business, but nobody's gonna save you in like financial shit or like relationship stuff or literally anything in life. Like you gotta go get everything yourself. Being lazy is so cringy. Don't be lazy. Nobody wants to be around lazy people. Number 2, the more you try out things, the luckier you get. Everybody says this. When people work hard at something, a lot of people just say like, oh, they got lucky, but it's really easy to get lucky when you work your ass off. When you're trying things, you don't give up, you stay persistent and stuff, the higher the chance there is of success. Like in 10X by Grant Cardone, if you're in sales, you make 10 phone calls a day and you get, I don't know, 1 lead. And that's like your average. Like you could get 2 some days, you could get none some days. But if your average is just like 1 lead, so 10% is your average. What if you did 100 calls a day and then your average could potentially be like 40 leads? I guess this really applies to sales because I hear the quote all the time, like you're not selling the wrong thing and you're not doing anything wrong. You're just saying it to the wrong people. Like somebody out there will be in need of the sale, whatever you're selling. So you just gotta like keep asking, you know what I'm saying? Keep trying things. Like I had an opportunity open up for me recently on a job that makes like way more money than I had ever even seen before through trying out things and just testing things. You keep testing things, you see what you like, you see what you don't like, you meet new people, opportunities arise. The more you try, the luckier you get. Facts. Topic number 3. This one might be one of the more important ones on the list. You have to learn how to be alone, dude. This is so overlooked, I feel like. People are always like, I need to be around somebody, like I need a roommate, I need a friend to be around every single day. A lot of people just can't be alone. Once you learn how to be alone and like be your own best friend, like that's another thing. Like be your own best friend. Why do you need to have somebody you're always around to make you feel good? Like love yourself, be your own best friend. You know that someone in your life who you just want the best for, like you want everything to go right for them and you want them to make the right decisions and you want them to be like bettering themselves. That's what learning how to be alone is like. You learn how to just want to do everything to continue bettering yourself. And I don't know how to explain it any better than seeing yourself grow as a person over time is like literally the most satisfying thing. Create a vision for yourself and like where you want to be and like vividly imagine what you want your life to look like. You'll know what you have to do to get to that point. Like you know you have to put in that work, you know you have to potentially spend a period of your life alone where you're just like working towards it, but the outcome is like so worth it. I feel like a lot of people don't want to spend that period of time where they have to be alone for a little bit because they don't want to like lose friendships. But if your friends don't understand that you're doing this to better yourself, then they're not really your friends, to be honest. So learn to be alone. It'll only help you. Number 4, always be working on something. Like, I don't know, this has helped me a lot, always working on something, whether that's, you know, my body or building a social media channel or learning a skill to, you know, make profits. Staying busy helps every aspect of my life. It helps me from not binge eating. It helps me from not, you know, getting depressed about stuff that does not matter and shouldn't be taking up my mental energy. And it's just another thing that's like bettering myself over time, which is like, I've said that so many times in this video, but bettering yourself is like the most satisfying thing. Personal growth is like a significant key to happiness in my eyes. Work for the future too. Don't get me wrong. Live in the present. Do not overlook the present and don't not be grateful for what you have, but genuinely think about where you could be at in a year from now if you just worked at something like really hard and dedicated. Like picture what your life could look like in a year. I know everybody out here has felt this, like whenever you accomplish a lot the previous day and then you're like, dang, I'm glad that's off my back. So I just try and keep that in the back of my mind. It's always worth it doing more than you are supposed to do. Like going above and beyond in pretty much every case is always worth it. Number 5, say yes to as many things as you can. I literally say yes to pretty much everything possible that I can fit into my schedule. Whether that's my coworkers saying, hey, can you cover my shift? Yes. Because let me rant real quick. If you're working at a job where you can like cover somebody's shift and somebody can ask you to cover their shift and you don't say yes and you can cover it, like even if you don't want to, but you can, and you say no, bro, that's bogus. Come on. I literally always say yes to that unless I literally can't, because if I need a shift covered, I know that I have somebody who can cover it for me because I help them out, you help me out. That's kind of how it works. Anyway, off my little tangent there. Hey, can you help me out with this? I can try. Like, always try at least. I feel like I'm doing a bad job explaining this stuff, but literally like say yes to everything you possibly can. In my experience, it's only helped me grow opportunities, relationships, and growing skill sets as well. Like it's only helped me saying yes to as much as I can. 6, this is my last one. Control what you can control and just let everything else fall in place. Because if you focus on things you can't control, man, are you gonna be not happy with a lot of things. What you can control, literally every single action you take in a day. What you eat, what you say, what you make effort towards, how many hours of sleep you get. Literally every single action that you take during a day, you have complete control over. Nobody else has control over that. Every single outcome is because of an action that you took like prior in your life. No matter what motivated you to take like those actions, everything is because of something that you did to get to that point. Here are some things that you can't control. Other people's opinions, what other people think, what other people say, politics, anything that other people do, like anything that other people do, you have no control of. Maybe you have some influence, but at the end of the day, people are just gonna do whatever they wanna do. As well as at the end of the day, you're gonna do whatever you want to do. If you don't care about your health, you won't work out, you won't get good sleep, and you'll eat like shit. If you want to grow your financial situation, you'll find skills to monetize and you'll study ways to make money. Whatever you really want to do, you'll prioritize. One of my favorite sayings is if they wanted to, they would have, which is like so facts, I feel like. There's no such thing as you don't have time. There's only such thing as I don't want to prioritize this. So when somebody says that to you, like,
I don't have time to do this,
that's just another way of them saying, I don't want to prioritize this. And that's just facts. Okay, moving on from those topics. What else is going on? Drake and Party Next Door are dropping an album tonight. What time is it? 6:47. They're dropping an album in like less than 3 hours. I am so excited. Drake is literally a top 5 artist for me. I don't care what anybody says. And Party Next Door, I'm like trying to listen to more of. I've been listening to a lot more music like that recently, like Party Next Door, Brent Faiyaz, music like that I've really been like into recently, which is pretty sick. Vibey music like that, and then money music. That is my favorite types of music right now, easily.
I'm married to the money, baby. I ain't tryna be your hubby. Them VBS dancing, baby. My nigga doing a day.
I've been listening to a lot of Gunna as well. Gosh, my voice is like dying. Oh my god. I need a tea or something. You know what's funny? Like, why is it normalized that we have tiny lions running around our houses? Like baby tigers, you know what I'm saying? That's probably such a weird thought to have, but like, same thing with dogs. Like, whose idea was it to have baby, like, wolves essentially as pets? Is that like the dumbest thing I've ever said? Maybe that's the dumbest thing I've ever said, but like, whose idea was that? Picture being the first person to be like, yeah, I'm gonna keep this animal around me and have it live in my house. I think about that stuff all the time. Or like, the first person to milk a cow. Like, why were you doing that? My voice won't stop cracking. Oh my god. Whatever. Nobody likes a complainer. Nobody likes a whiner. But yeah, guys, I gotta be productive for the last like 2.5 hours of this day because I have work tomorrow morning on Valentine's Day. Because guess who my Valentine is? I bet you guys will never guess. This guy, my boy Ben. Ow! I keep cramping in my legs. I need to go eat some food. I'm gonna go do that. But before I end this podcast, if you're not subscribed, make sure you guys are subscribing. We're super close to 20K now. At the time of me filming this, I'm less than 2,000 away. So yeah, guys, subscribe. I definitely think we can get there soon. Oh shoot, my freaking camera's about to die. All right, I gotta end this podcast. Subscribe.
Girl, I can't decide if I should stay and say I tried, or I should leave and say goodbye. It's killing me inside.